Hello. So I've come back up to the top of the hill. I thought I'd do a little bit of film here before I went outside, because I looked at the film from yesterday and I realised that it is almost completely incomprehensible because of the wind. So actually the weather, let's try and point you outside. The weather is okay at the moment. It's not raining, which is nice. It's very windy up here still. It is what it is. I say, I don't want to give you a weather report every 5 minutes. So yeah, the plan is now down the field with the auger, bang some holes in the ground, and see how far we get. I've got 465 holes to go. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. See how far we get in a couple of hours. Or however long it takes for my body to give up and just sort of fall in a heap on the field. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a long day, I think. Well, hello. Hour and a half in, and we've probably got about 200 holes in the ground now, so it's going quite well. The biggest problem is this poor little auger. It's a kind of Amazon Chinese import, kind of low price special job, and I think I'm asking quite a lot of it. So this was what failed yesterday, this pin here. So that pin there that holds the auger onto the bottom of the motor, that was just held in with an R-clip before, and the R-clip just failed and gave out, so the auger fell off the bottom. And earlier today, the air intake, which you can see here, this air intake fell apart, and as you can tell, I've made a fantastic repair job there. No job exists that can't be fixed with cable ties and tape, but now we have another small problem in that the actual auger bit, let me see if I can put you down here. So this is the auger bit here, if you can see that. So on the end of here there's supposed to be a bit in the centre sticking out of the middle to guide the auger as it cuts down through the holes. That's disappeared somewhere. It's in one of the holes. So yeah, I'm going to go back down to the shed now, maybe have a cup of tea, find a piece of something to weld on the bottom of that, make it a little bit more agricultural and a little bit less domestic, see what happens. So far I haven't been rained on. There was a couple of spits earlier on, and the wind actually has dropped a little bit too, which is nice. It's now just cooling me down. It's blooming hot work, this. Once the auger gets in the ground and starts hitting stones, you have to work pretty hard, but not as hard as you would if I was digging them by hand, so I'm not going to complain too much. So yeah, that's the next job. It's down to the workshop, strengthen this up, sort it out, and we'll be back to work. I do like trees. I just have to keep telling myself that. So back in the workshop, farm fix style. It's an old bolt welded on the end. I'll even put a little tip on it. Hopefully that'll work. I've also been up here and I've placed this stupid pin with a nut and bolt, because the actual pin, when I took it out, I don't know if you can see it, the actual pin is there, you can just see there, is actually starting just to wear through. There's obviously a little bit of slack in it and it's wearing out, so placed it with something a little bit more sturdy. Hopefully that'll do the job. As I say, I'm hoping this stays on in place. Before it was just basically, it looked like somebody welded a 10mm drill bit on the end. I don't know if this is going to work. It might just snap off, but we'll see. Time for a refuel, cup of tea, back to work. Well, we're getting on quite well. The weather has been very kind today. We haven't had any real rain, a few spits of drizzle, a few bits and pieces like that, but not a lot. It's been sort of, the sun's coming and going, so there's a lot of wind around. You can see the clouds are moving very quickly up there, but yeah, so that's all good. I'm actually doing pretty well. If you can actually see any of these holes, can you? You know, oh, there's a hole there, so there's holes off into the distance. So I'm getting plenty of holes in. Might even be done today if we don't run into any problems. I just wanted to take a minute to, let me pick it up, to pay tribute to my auger. This is my petrol powered auger. It wasn't very expensive, it came from Amazon, and it's done remarkably well. There's a few things that are starting to shake apart on it. It's been very abused. I think I should just make that really, really clear. So my weld repair down here is holding up remarkably well, actually. That's certainly a lot stronger than the piece that was on there. The auger's starting to show a bit of wear now, but that's fine. All of the players come out of here. I've just noticed, we've got a little bit of oil now coming out of the exhaust, and we seem to have lost a couple of bolts in here. I think probably this machine definitely is not designed for the kind of abuse that I'm putting it through, but I will say, to its credit, it's doing pretty well. It's digging the holes, it's taking a proper beating, and it keeps on going. I'll actually put a link to it. It's a Dealosaurus 2-stroke auger, so if you can ignore the silly name, then it's pretty good. Like I say, comes with 3 different size auger bits. There's like a 50mm, I think it is. This one's a 100mm, and then there's a 200 for drilling different sizes. So I've got no connection with them at all. As I say, literally, it was just the one I bought from Amazon. It was cheap and cheerful and in stock. I used it for a bunch of landscaping work. I needed to put some girders in the ground, and it was great for that. So I thought, you know what, I'll dig my holes for the trees. And as I say, it is suffering, there's no question about it, but it's doing well, and I can't imagine having done this job without some kind of auger. So I'd have either had to hire something or buy an attachment for our little digger or for the tractor or something like that. We haven't got any augers, so yeah, all good. So that's my official review. You can tell I'm really, really good at product reviews. My official review of the Dealosaurus auger, available on Amazon now. Well, I don't want to speak too soon. Well, we might have finished. We'll finish the holes at least. My son, who is now, where is he? He's up there. There he is. Hello, over there. He's walking up and down, counting the holes. He's 4 and over. Just typical that he did that as I took the camera away. But hopefully I've drilled too many holes. There's a few up here which went straight into chalk, or have got tons and tons of stones in them, that kind of thing. So they're not really very nice for tree planting. But if I've done too many, then that gives us a chance to skip them. Also, right at the top of the field, all the way up here somewhere, I did start off putting them a bit close together. So again, if it does mean that if we choose to, we can skip some holes, spread them out a bit up there, and just give them the space to go. So if that's the case, if we're done, then that's a good result. I gave myself 2 days to do it, and to get it all done in a day is good. That means we've got plenty of time to sort other things out. I'm feeling it, I have to say. That little auger has been absolutely superb in the face of material it was never ever designed to go through. The amount of stone and rock in some of these holes is brutal, but it does shake your hands and your shoulders and everything else. So I'm going to enjoy a nice cup of tea, maybe even a soak in the bath tonight. I'm definitely going to feel this in the morning, I think. The joys of this kind of stuff, I suppose. Anyway, enough of my self-pity. We'll see what the final count is once James is finished. If we need to put a few more in, we can put a few more in. And tomorrow we'll get sorted out in readiness for planting Saturday, Sunday. Might even put some in the ground tomorrow, actually, if I'm feeling keen. It'd be good to actually put a few trees in. So we'll see what happens. Time will tell.